What's up guys, my name is Emanuel and I'm a first year internal medicine resident here in Illinois Masonic. Welcome back to another episode. Back in the day, you used to carry a beeper. So this is the way that nurses will reach you while you were in the hospital. Now, because we all have smartphones and the hospital has Wi-Fi, so we're all basically getting text messages through a secure platform, which is PerfectServe. So you will be getting messages from nurses all over the hospital telling you, "Doctor, this patient has diarrhea. Doctor, this patient has abdominal pain. Doctor, this patient is breathing less. Doctor, this patient is breathing faster. Doctor, this patient is not responding." But you will also be dealing with a lot of funny situations, like 3:30 a.m. "Doctor, the patient is not putting out any urine. Do you want me to do something?" And you're like, why are you in that room at 3:30 a.m.? So let's talk about survival tips, things that I learned during my night shift. The first thing that you have to do when you're taking over the night shift is to establish with your seniors and your co-residents who is going to do what during codes or during rapid response calls, meaning emergencies that happen over the shift. Usually, the senior resident is going to take the lead. The rapid response team and codes are calls that involve so many people. You're going to have maybe 10 or even more people involved in that situation. You're going to have nurses, you're going to have respiratory therapists, you're going to have anesthesia residents, you're going to have pharmacists, you're going to have the internal medicine residents who are taking care of that shift. You're going to have the nurses that are in the ICU, that are the medical ICU and the surgical ICU. You have all these people, right? So it's very important for you to learn to have efficient communication skills and try to stay calm during these chaos. Everybody knows what they're doing and purpose in that point is. The one that's going to grab the computer, bring it to the room, and briefly review what is this case about. What was the last medication that the patient received? What was the medication that was scheduled? Anything that could be associated with whatever is going on at that moment. And that person is supposed to read all those things loudly, so the entire team is aware of the situation. Because some of those patients are even patients that you did not receive a sign out for, but because you're taking care of the night shift, that is your responsibility. You usually need a runner, somebody that is either going to call the family, somebody that needs to go out and reach for somebody, grab the phone and call another service, page somebody. There's a lot of learning, like multitasking, being able to stay on track and stay on top of all the things that you have to be dealing with. You have to prioritize. Is this situation with this patient something that I need to handle right now, or can you wait a little bit? And you will learn that as you go. And you always have your senior resident to teach you and give you all the tips. All right. When you are receiving your sign out, it's very important to ask your co-resident about baselines. So if they're signing out about a patient that has a problem in their brain, you need to ask them about their baseline in the neuro exam. And you're not surprised by a call by a nurse saying, "Doctor, this patient has some weakness in the right arm," so that you are aware of what the baseline was. And you know it's not a new thing, because if it's a new thing, then you will need to call a stroke alert, and then you would need to rule out a possible stroke. Let's say the patient is a cardiac patient, right? So you need to know, is there any shortness of breath? Is there any chest pain that you need to be aware of? So in case when you are alone at 2 a.m., this chest pain would be new chest pain or will be new shortness of breath. Snacks. You're going to be working for 12 to 14 hours. And most of the time, Uber is not gonna be an option because the restaurants are going to be closed, or if open, they're gonna be very far away. Other thing that's very important is your attitude. I was blessed to have a wonderful team. We would dance, we would joke, we would play some music in between work. Whenever we had a light night, we could even watch movies, or we could start Zumba dances. One of the residents was a Zumba instructor, having fun, staying active. Because you're working so many hours, I would sleep 8 to 9 hours when I would come back home. And then I would just have in between 2 hours to do something. Eating, it would involve talking to my family, just doing something that was fun, maybe doing some cardio. So try to stay active, try to have fun, to learn how to run things. At first it is really scary because you will be having a lot of messages, one after the other, about the patients, right? Multitasking and always keeping a checklist in your head about things that you have to do, things that you have to follow up overnight, on top of maybe new patients that you would get as admissions. On the next episode, I will be talking about great cases that I had during the night shift. If you don't want to miss it, make sure you're following this account either on YouTube or Instagram. I will be posting more videos, hopefully as soon as I get a little bit more of free time. Thank you for watching.